You feel alone, not just in a room, not just in a moment, alone in existence itself, like you are sealed inside your own mind, watching life happen from behind a wall you can't break. You scroll, you talk, you laugh, but something stays empty, something stays distant, and you've accepted this feeling as truth, as reality. But what if it isn't? What if the most familiar feeling you have is the most deceptive one? You were raised to believe you are an individual, a separate entity, a mind inside a body inside a world inside a vast and different universe. Everything about your life reinforces this idea. Your name, your face, your thoughts. All of it screams, this is me, that is not. A clear boundary, a clean separation. But physics doesn't recognize that boundary. There is no line in reality where you end and everything else begins. Is made of atoms that were not always yours. They came from exploding stars, from ancient planets, from other living things. Right now you are breathing in particles that were inside someone else seconds ago. The air doesn't respect your identity. The universe doesn't acknowledge your borders. You are not as separate as you feel, and it gets more uncomfortable. Even your thoughts, the thing you trust the most, are not entirely yours. They are patterns. Electrochemical signals shaped by genetics, environment, and past experience. You didn't design them, you inherited them. So what exactly is you? A body you didn't build, a mind you didn't program, in a universe you didn't choose, and yet you feel isolated. That's the contradiction. You are deeply embedded in everything, physically, chemically, cosmically. But your experience tells you the opposite. This is the first shocking truth. Your sense of being separate from the universe is not a fact. It is a constructed experience, a convincing one, a powerful one, but still a construction. And here's the second. If your brain can create the feeling of isolation this convincingly, then what else is it getting wrong? What else have you accepted without question? Because once you see this crack, once you realize that your deepest feeling might not reflect reality, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to blind certainty. And that's where the real discomfort begins. Because if loneliness isn't proof that you are alone, then what is it? And more importantly, why does it feel so real? You trust your mind. You have to. It's the only lens you've ever had. Every thought, every memory, every emotion, it all passes through the same system. So when you feel lonely, it doesn't feel like an illusion. It feels like evidence. Proof that something is missing. Proof that you are disconnected. But here's the brutal truth. Your brain is not built for truth. It is built for survival. That's it. Not clarity, not accuracy, not reality as it actually is. Only what helps you stay alive long enough to reproduce. Everything else is secondary. Your brain edits reality. Constantly, it deletes most of what's out there. Filters out overwhelming detail. Simplifies a chaotic universe into something manageable. And in that simplification, it creates something artificial, a self, a center point, a boundary, a story that says, this is me. That story feels solid, but it's not. It's a model, a useful one, but still a model. And here's where loneliness is born. The moment your brain draws a line between self and other, it creates distance, not physical distance, perceived distance. You start to feel like an observer instead of a participant, like you are inside and everything else is outside. That gap, that's where isolation lives. Second shocking truth, loneliness is not the absence of connection, it is the perception of separation, a perception your brain actively maintains, because without it, survival becomes harder. If you didn't feel separate, you wouldn't defend yourself, you wouldn't prioritize your own body, you wouldn't act as an individual. So your brain reinforces the illusion over and over again. It reminds you that you are you, and everything else is not you, and the stronger that identity becomes, the stronger the feeling of isolation becomes. This is the trap. The very system designed to protect you also makes you suffer, and it does it silently. You don't notice the construction. You only feel the result. A quiet emptiness, a subtle distance, a constant sense that something is missing, but nothing is missing. What you're feeling is the side effect of a process you never chose. A mental framework running in the background. And here's the dangerous part. If you never question it, you will spend your entire life trying to fix the wrong problem. You'll chase people, validation, distractions, hoping something out there will fill the gap. But the gap isn't out there. It's being generated inside your own mind. Right now. Now comes the part most people avoid, because it strips away comfort. The universe is not watching you. It is not tracking your pain. It is not responding to your loneliness. It is not waiting for you to feel better. It doesn't pause. It doesn't adjust. It doesn't explain itself. It simply continues. Stars burn for billions of years and then collapse without ceremony. Galaxies collide and erase entire solar systems like it's nothing. Planets freeze. Others burn. No intention, no meaning, no apology. This is the third shocking truth. The universe has no built-in purpose for you. None. No assigned role. No guaranteed significance. And your loneliness, it is not a signal from the cosmos. It is not the universe telling you something is wrong. It's just activity inside your brain. That's hard to accept because you've been trained to believe that feelings mean something deeper, that they point to a hidden truth. But physics doesn't work like that. Matter behaves according to laws. Energy transforms. Time moves forward. No part of that system includes your emotional state. The universe does not validate your experience. And that realization feels cold, almost cruel. But look closer. It's not cruelty. It's neutrality. The same neutrality that allows stars to exist also allows you to exist. The same laws that ignore your loneliness are the laws that made your awareness possible. That's the twist most people miss. The universe doesn't care, but it produced something that can, you, a pattern of matter that feels, that questions, that suffers, that searches for meaning in a system that offers none by default. That's not a mistake. But it's not a guarantee either. Meaning is not built into reality. It is built inside you. And here's where it gets uncomfortable again. If the universe doesn't give you meaning, then you don't get to blame it for your emptiness. There is no external force withholding purpose from you. There is no cosmic barrier keeping you disconnected. There is only a system, and your interpretation of it. This is where most people break, because it removes the excuse. If nothing out there is responsible, then everything changes. Your loneliness is no longer a mystery imposed on you. It becomes something else, something closer, something internal. And that realization is heavy, because it means the universe isn't against you. But it also isn't coming to save you. Carl Sagan said something most people hear, but don't actually understand. You are a way for the universe to know itself. That sounds poetic, almost comforting, but it's not soft. It's brutally literal. Every atom in your body follows the same laws as distant stars. The same forces that shape galaxies are active inside your brain right now. There is no special boundary where human physics begins and cosmic physics ends. It's the same system, running everywhere, including you. You are not outside the universe looking in. You are inside it, looking at itself from a specific angle, a temporary one. And here's where your perspective starts to crack. The self you defend so strongly is not a fixed entity, it's a pattern, a constantly changing arrangement of matter and energy. Cells die, cells regenerate, neural connections rewire, even your personality shifts over time. So what exactly is staying the same? The answer is uncomfortable, nothing permanent. You are not a solid object moving through reality, you are a process happening within it. Like a flame, it looks stable, but it's constantly changing fuel, constantly transforming. Your consciousness works the same way. A continuous flow, not a fixed thing. And yet, your brain tells you that you are separate, stable, independent. That's the illusion tightening again. Here's the shift you need to see. If you are a process within the universe, then your sense of separation is like a ripple believing it's not part of the water. It feels real, but it's incomplete. You are not disconnected from reality. You are an expression of it. Your thoughts are not outside the universe. They are events inside it. Your awareness is not isolated. It is the universe becoming aware in one specific form. And here's the deeper implication. When you feel lonely, it is not the universe rejecting you. It is one part of the universe misinterpreting its relationship with the rest. That's it. No cosmic exile, no grand abandonment, just a limited perspective. Mistaking itself for the whole truth. This realization doesn't magically erase loneliness, but it changes its meaning. It turns it from a fact into a distortion, a signal that your perception is narrowed, and once you see that, you have a choice. Stay trapped in the illusion of separation, Or start seeing yourself as what you actually are, not a stranger in the universe, but the universe itself, briefly aware, briefly alive, and capable of understanding far more than it currently does. Now you see it more clearly. The loneliness you feel is real as an experience, but false as a conclusion. It feels like evidence, but it's not proof, it's a signal. And you've been interpreting that signal the wrong way your entire life. You were never taught to question it. You were taught to obey it, to treat every emotion like truth, to treat every internal voice like authority. So when loneliness appears, you don't examine it, you react to it, you try to escape it, you try to fix it from the outside, more people, more attention, more noise, but the feeling keeps coming back. Because the source was never out there. It was always in how you see. This is where the real decision begins. Not a dramatic one, not something you announce, a quiet shift. You either continue living on autopilot, or you start questioning the system running inside you. Most people choose autopilot, not because they're weak, because it's easier. It's easier to believe the story than to dismantle it. It's easier to chase comfort than to confront confusion. So they keep going. They build routines, they build identities, they build entire lives around unexamined assumptions. I need someone to complete me. I am separate from everything. I am missing something. These ideas feel natural, but they are never tested, and because they are never tested, they quietly shape everything. Relationships become dependency, success becomes distraction, silence becomes unbearable, and the worst part, it doesn't look like failure, it looks like a normal life, a life where something always feels slightly off, but never enough to force real change. That's the danger, not collapse, not chaos, but a slow drift away from reality. Now look at the other path. You stop automatically believing what you feel, not suppressing it, not ignoring it, but examining it. You start asking better questions. Where is this feeling coming from? Is it reflecting reality or interpreting it? What assumptions is my mind making right now? That alone begins to break the pattern, because the moment you question a thought, you create distance from it. And in that distance, you gain control. You begin to see that your mind is generating a model of reality, not presenting reality itself. That model includes a self, a boundary, a separation, useful for survival, but not absolute truth. And once you see that clearly, loneliness changes shape. It stops being a fixed condition. It becomes a temporary state, something that arises and can be understood, not something that defines you. This is the shift most people never make. They try to eliminate the feeling without understanding the mechanism behind it. So they stay stuck, repeating the same patterns, hoping for a different result. But you don't have to stay there, because now you know something most people ignore. Your experience is shaped from the inside out, not the other way around. And that leads to the final uncomfortable responsibility. If the universe does not assign meaning, then meaning is not missing. It's uncreated by you. No one else can do it. No external system will deliver it. Not society, not success, not even relationships. They can add to your experience, but they cannot define it for you. That responsibility is yours, completely. And yes, that's heavy, because it removes every excuse you've been holding on to. You can't say the universe made you feel empty. You can't say reality left you disconnected. You can only say you accepted a perception, without ever challenging it. So now the question becomes simple. Not easy, but simple. Will you continue to live inside a mental model you never examined? Or will you start testing it, breaking it, refining it, rebuilding it based on what is actually true? Because time is not waiting for you to figure this out. Your life is not paused while you hesitate. Every day you delay is a day spent reinforcing the same loop. And one day it ends, no warning, no second attempt, just silence. So this is it. Stop outsourcing meaning. Stop blindly trusting every feeling. Stop acting like you are separate when everything about your existence says otherwise. Look directly at reality, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it strips away your favorite illusions, because the only thing worse than feeling alone is building your entire life around a feeling that was never telling you the truth in the first place.